like Hoody, I'm back cooking these goodies. Look at these views from cooking these foods. Yeah.
Today's subscriber sponsored request coming in from a repeat offender, Yogi Like the Bear. We've already made one meal for her, but she wanted some stuffed burgers. So I've got all the fixings here to make us up some nice stuffed, center-filled burgers. Let's get to it. Okay, so first thing on today's agenda, I want some homemade crispy onions. None of this dollar store stuff. Even though they are good, I want to make some homemade ones. So I got to get these in a little milk bath. So just gonna peel back this onion, and then we're gonna take it to the mandolin. All right, we got our handy mandy here, and you got to be safe when you're handling the mandolin, okay? Just be careful, watch your fingies. But we're gonna set it to a nice thin slice and see what we can achieve here. I might have to adjust. Those are pretty good. Not bad. Maybe a little thinner. That's what the screw back here is for. It adjusts the width of your cut. And this is where you got to be careful when you get to the nub. Don't get too aggressive. But there you have it. Some nice, thin, beautiful onions. So these onions are going to take a little dip in a milk bath. I just have some 2%. I mean, a bit thicker might have been nice, but I just have this on hand. Really all we need is for them to sit in this so that when it comes time to do the flour, the dredge, to fry them, that they just have the ability to like have the flour stick. There we go, those can just hang out for a while, and we got some other prep to get to. So as you guys know, we got to prep our lettuce. We could go shredded or perfect pieces, and I'm making 2 different burgers, so I want to have 2 different styles of lettuce on each one. So on one we're going to go shredded, and on one we're going to go perfect pieces. So I'm just going to grab a few little perfect squares kind of deal, in and out style. That should suffice for one burger. And for our other burger, we want to have some shred. So roll her up, chiffonade. Y'all know I gotta have my tomatoes. I am a tomato fiend, especially on burgers. You know, we love Whoppers around here and things as the such. Couple slices. Also requiring some nice thin red onions, so we're breaking out the mandolin again. Just a little pro tip for you. This area can only fit comfortably so much. So what you got to do with onions then is just cut down 1 or 2 layers, peel it back, and then you have the perfect amount of onion that will fit into the mandolin, and be safe. Sometimes you just gotta sacrifice to make it nice. And we know where those go, onto the prep plate. And of course, if these are gonna be delicious and stuffed, we're gonna need cheese. So we gotta grate up our cheese. I'm gonna go with the smaller grate than the bigger grate because I wanna ensure that the cheese in the middle when cooking gets really nice and ooey gooey. This is some old cheddar, aged old cheddar. The most delicious. It's just so pungent in its flavor. I love old white cheddars. Super, super delicious. Tap it out. Just tap it out. Go in your home, cheese. All right, same thing this time. Mild cheddar. Reach in there and get it all. And put it in its home. Not me putting pepperoncinis in everything. Just gotta prep a little pepperoncini cut because we're gonna add this into the old cheddar. So these can just go in here and mingle for a while. Cheddar pepperoncini burger. I'm gonna have a little sauce I gotta make with it. Very simple, just a little mayo, almost equal mustard, and you guessed it, a touch of pepperoncini brine. And then DJ spin that shit. Simple, delicious little sauce. Of course, a good stuffed burger gotta have bacon, so we just fry up a couple strips. 2-minute deep fried crispy bacon confirmed. All right, it's time to figure out forming these patties. I got my meat here, and what I'm gonna do is just give it a nice little chop up. I don't know, I just don't like it in this format. You know, like it's a fine grind almost. So I've got this ring mold about 1 inch, and I don't know what that is, maybe 4 inches across. I'm gonna fill that up with the meat. Just kind of lay it in, not too tight right yet, to the edges, to the top, to the brim. And then I'm gonna press it in a little more firmly. Concentrate more on the outer edge to get nice and perfect and pushed out that way, because we're gonna take the center out here. I wish I had a very specific tool for this. I don't. I wish I had another cylinder just like this but smaller. So I have this ramekin, and I think it should be a good size, but I'm just gonna push out the area that I want to take out. Just kind of spin it to loosen it off. Maybe just pull it out like that. Perfect. Next plan is come back with a little meat. Take the other side of the ramekin, press it down. Just so we have a nice perfect side on the back side, but not a whole lot of meat there, just kind of thin. And then we come in with our cheese. Pack it down. Our bacon, nice and crispy from the deep fryer. We gotta have more cheese for sure on top. So a little cheese bacon sandwich in the center. Once again, I'm just gonna close it up on the top here. Some more meat. Work it in nice and firm. Seal up any possible leaks. Voila, very easy. And now we season. Lots of salt. We like a good salty burger around here. Pack it in a bit. And then I get to try out my new electric cool pepper grinder. Lots of pepper. I like lots of pepper around here as well. And then we just repeat process for the other one. And just like our veggies, these guys get a prep plate too, but there's our 2 burgers done and ready. I'm actually gonna put these in the freezer for just a couple minutes, 20 minutes maybe. All right, we're getting close, almost there, but we do have to make our crispy onions still. So we gotta make our dredge for that. We got 3/4 cup flour, equal parts cornstarch, a little pinch of baking powder, and the old reliable quick and easy way to season a dredge, Old Bay. And we whisk. Glove on, onions in. Let's probably try not to overcrowd. Put them off to the side in a little pocket there. Always make sure you're kind of shaking as much of the milk and that off before you put them in, because you don't want to wet the dredge too much. You don't want to wet the batter too much, because it gets problematic. Okay, so I've got my oil here at about 340. You can go 325, 350, anywhere in that range you'll be good. And just know, you guys, these are quick. You gotta keep an eye on them. Very, very quick. So here we are, coming fresh out of the fryer, and we want to get them down while they're hot, because we need to season them with salt. Get your salt on right away. A little taste test to make sure you didn't burn them. Perfect. When you burn these, you'll be able to tell, because they'll be like quite bitter. But these are good. Okay, time for some toasty buns. We got our flame hitting the mid-low. Don't get too crazy with it now. And I've just brushed these with a nice little coat of canola oil. because I like the way that that toasts compared to butter. Okay, let's check these babies out. Just a nice, perfect little golden crispy crunch. All right, let's get these burger patties going. We got to get flame on as high as she goes. We got to get the pan smoking. Also to the pan, some canola oil. So when it starts to lightly smoke, we know we're there. We know that oil is hot, hot, hot. All right, so it's been about 2 or 3 minutes. Moment of truth for the crust. Oh, there we go, baby. Look at that. What a majestic thing of beauty that is. Look at that. Just gonna try to baste these edges a little bit. Okay, so these babies are done and I just want to let them rest on their own cutting board here for a little bit. But look at them. Look at that absolute magnificent Maillard crusting. Beautiful. All right, let's go ahead and build these, shall we? First one, we have our mayo mustard pepperoncini sauce. Just a nice layer on the bottom. Perfect pickle chips. A beautiful bit of red onions. That'll be the bottom of burger 1. Bottom of burger 2 goes as such. This sauce that I've been developing, possibly for sale in the future. Not quite ready yet, but it's coming along. Secret sauce. Pickles. Again, onion. Tomato. Lettuce. Top of burger 1. More sauce. Shredded lettuce. Patty. Touch of sauce. And a pile of our Crispies. And then our lid closure. Burger 1, complete. Burger. More sauce. And crispy uns. Tiny bit more sauce on the bun just so it sticks good. And we close the case. So here we have it, folks. Stuffed burger night complete. For Yogi like the bear. Let's eat. All right, yo, what up? What's good with y'all? Welcome to today's banger. I'm very excited for this. Once again, before we get into it, shout out Yogi like the bear, second time offender. I'm so ready for these and I want today's video just to be an eating experience. I am not gonna be too technical with anything else except for maybe speaking on how these taste. So before we do anything more, we must pour, because every good burger deserves a classic Coca-Cola from Elizabeth. You guys have no idea how excited I am for this. I've never had a stuffed burger before, ever in my life. Not even a Juicy Lucy, which this is pretty much like a Juicy Lucy, I would say. A little bit of a twist take on it, but definitely a Juicy Lucy. Fair warning, I'm about to smash. It's gonna be savage, and I don't care. Let's sip. Oh, that is so crispy. So crispy. Okay, first things first. The little more maybe simplified but fancy guy. This is a rendition of a burger I used to make when I was cooking at a place in Toronto. I used to make something like this for myself quite often. Let's go. Minus the stuffed cheese, of course. Okay. I see you. Interesting. First off, this is amazing. Let's get one thing clear. That patty, the crisp, amazing. Onions, incredible. Seems to me that the cheese in the center has dissipated throughout the patty. A little disappointing. But hey, first time, right? So I just got a nice little pepperoncini hit in there. There we go. I hit an old cheddar pocket. Wow, that was a good bite. There it is. I love mustard mayonnaise. As just a simple sauce. Man, now that I'm getting into the pocket of cheese, yeah, that sharp aged cheddar. Oh man. Oh man. Mixed with that peppery crust. Juices. So sloppy. All right, I gotta clean this up before we get into the second one. Sacrificial rag. Little snowmobile palette cleanser. Before we go round two. So this one to me, I was just trying to go like In-N-Out inspired kind of deal. In-N-Out on crack, crispy onions, and yeah, I don't know if it's a better bun, but definitely a little more fancy of a bun, I'd say. Squish her down and get her in ya. Very interesting. So intrigued to know what happens when you get to the pocket. I wonder what I got to do different to make the cheese like stay. I wonder if I cubed it, it would have been better. Weird. I did just get a nice bacon cheddar hit, but that is strange. That bacon activated definitely a different little flavor profile there. Cheese pocket. A little disappointing. I do wonder. Do you have to use like craft singles? I will definitely have to investigate this mystery as to why that is. How to fix it in the future. Still very good. Very, very good. I love the dill pickle chips. They're just no-name brand from Peasant's Choice, but I love the cut, the texture, and the flavor so much. And of course, my secret sauce working its magic. Juicy, juicy, full of flavor. Those were both huge, and your guy is tapped. Very good. I have some research to do. Also, if anybody has any inside info tips, hit me in the comments, because that's a bit of a bummer, but want to know why that happened. I would say in the future, maybe not shredding the cheese and cubing it. Keeping it in a whole solid cubed form, I think, would change the outcome. But only one way to find out, and that's to cook more stuffed burgers. But hope y'all enjoyed this one. Till the next one, you know what to do. Eat good, live well, stay true.